Hey, how's it going, YouTube? So today, with all the stuff with coronavirus going on, I want to show you all a quick way to make a breathing mask without having to go out or buy most anything. Well, there are a few things that you will need to buy, but these things they're not going to be too readily sold out. One of them is colloidal silver. I got this in a spray bottle version. I have very little left, but I plan to use this little amount in a very efficient way. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. Next thing you're going to need is you can just get a bandana, piece of cloth, or like I have one of these stretchy face masks that just goes over your head and then covers your face. That's all you need. Okay, all you need is these two things. There might be a third catalyst that might help potentize or hold this into the material, but essentially for at least temporary use it's going to work well, and you can repotentize it with more colloidal silver, especially if you have a lot. Or one thing you can do is, if you have silver bullion or can make silver bullion, you can make colloidal silver from silver bullion by a simple process of electrolysis. And it needs to be, I believe it needs to be ionized. I may be incorrect about that, but don't quote me. Just look up how to make colloidal silver. It's not very difficult if you have silver. So what I'm doing is I'm just pouring the colloidal silver into this receptacle here, and as you can see, there's not much. Okay, there's not even anything to really soak in. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add cold water to this. Swish it around a little bit. And then swish it in the opposite direction. And keep doing this for a little while. What this is going to do is going to make a vortex in there. So you want a little vortex effect. Then you want to take your mask, okay, and you want to soak your mask inside the silver mixture. Now, I would recommend doing this with more silver, a bigger bucket, and multiple masks at the same time. Okay? Obviously, the way I'm doing this right now is kind of inefficient. This is a poorly made video, to be honest. I'm just throwing out a basic idea here. I'm not a professional virologist or anything, but colloidal silver is very antimicrobial. So what you're going to want to do is just make sure that's nice and soaked in the colloidal silver. And I should have sterilized my hands before doing this, but I'm just for an example, sterilize your hands first before doing any of this. Wear gloves if possible, surgical gloves. So you don't want to do that. Okay. Don't empty the excess. Keep the excess, because the stuff is precious, especially in these times. But like I can say, if you know how to make more, or if you stock up on a big bottle of this stuff, you're in business. So right now, I would say this is the most useful application for colloidal silver solution. If you're using it as just like a throat spray, like what it's advertised as, I think it's kind of a waste, unless you're using it for like really acute, very symptomatic infection. Because remember, it's symptoms that kill. People say, oh, symptoms, allopathic medicine and whatnot just treats symptoms, but it's symptoms that kill. So if you need to use it to treat symptoms, then by all means do so. But if you're asymptomatic, or you're just mildly sick, like right now I have the flu, cold. I went and got tested. I don't have the coronavirus, but the common cold is a type of coronavirus. So what I mean to say is I don't have COVID-19. So I'm soaking this thing right now, and what you want to do is you want to have it drying in a sterile place. So my apartment's always a mess. I'm not exactly the most hygienic person, but I kind of do that because I like my immune system to adapt to things rather than, being too hygienic. And then, the littlest spot of flu breaks through my highly prepared defenses, and then the next thing I know, I'm dead in a day. I prefer my immune system to get some toughening up. So I'm just going to put a plastic bag down, and then I'm going to take another plastic bag, and hoard plastic bags, by the way. They have so many uses. If you haven't already hoarded them, I hoard plastic bags like crazy. It's like, they're like gold to me. You just take your solution here. Excuse me. And lay it out as best as possible. Keep it in the bag. But keep the bag open so it kind of dries. It will interact with microbes in the air, but you want it to dry out because you don't want your face to be wet because it'll impede your breathing. But the silver ions, they're not going anywhere. They're going to stay on the material. So the stuff can be bought at Walmart. Colloidal silver. If you just look at their health section, it's relatively inexpensive, I believe. Well, actually, I wouldn't say inexpensive. This was about $7 for this tiny bottle. This is 1 ounce, 30 parts per milliliter. So it is kind of pricey. And the price is probably only going to rise, especially once people know that colloidal silver is very, very effective antimicrobial. But yeah, rather than freaking out about dust masks and face masks and everything, make one of those. And then what I do is I have a ski goggles that fit over my glasses, and then I soak the edges in colloidal silver, and it works great. It works fine. So the point I'm trying to make, like, I may have expressed some not so accurate information in this video, but what I will stand by that colloidal silver is a very good antiviral. It's very effective. There's like a reason why, in supernatural mythology and whatnot, silver keeps away the baddies. Keeps away the vampires and the werewolves and the nasty demonic forces. They don't like silver, so there's a reason for that. Funny enough, the virus is transmitted by bats mostly, because bats are the best disease vector for the coronavirus. One thing I got pure silver St. Benedict medals. These are really, really, really potent for keeping away evil stuff. Oh yeah, wicked, wicked potent. And if need be, I can melt it down and make something. So colloidal silver. Get you some. And more so, the point of this is learn to DIY, because don't focus on going out and buying. Don't focus on that. Myself, I already have some preps. I already have some like gear and whatnot, but I don't focus on it too much. I don't worry about it too much, and I don't worry about buying more stuff too much. What I do is I look at what I already have and what I can make from that, and what's out there and what I can make from that. Focus on what you can do with your hands, and you'll be in a way better situation in a survival situation, because if you're caught with your pants down, so to speak, and having nothing, if you have an adaptive mindset and a creative mindset, you're going to use what's available to you, and you're going to survive better than someone who has like $1,000 worth of gear and training, who can't think outside the box. This is your best survival mechanism right up here. So good luck to everyone. To those who have passed away already, rest in peace, and God bless all of you. Stay safe.